Welcome back to our channel where we bring you the most exciting stories, hidden gems, and iconic rides from the automotive world. If you love classic cars, timeless designs, and the kind of vehicles that left an everlasting mark on history, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going back to the golden era of cars, the 1970s, to revisit one of Volkswagen's most stylish creations, the Volkswagen Karmann Ghia. This isn't just a car, it's a piece of rolling art, and it holds a special place in the hearts of collectors, enthusiasts, and anyone who can appreciate true design elegance. So sit back, relax, and let's take a deep dive into the world of the 1970 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia. The Karmann Ghia is one of those rare cars that immediately turns heads, not because of flashy speed or outrageous power, but because of its timeless beauty. Introduced originally in the 1950s, it was Volkswagen's stylish coupe and convertible, designed to blend the reliable Beetle platform with an Italian-inspired body. By 1970, the Karmann Ghia had already built a reputation as one of the most graceful Volkswagens ever produced. The 1970 model year was part of the Type 14 series, and this version carried the essence of the late 60s styling blended into a more refined, modern look for the decade ahead. At first glance, the 1970 Karmann Ghia is pure elegance. The car looks delicate yet sporty, with flowing curves that make it look more like a piece of sculpture than an automobile. Designed by the Italian firm Ghia and built by the German coachbuilder Karmann, the car was essentially a joint effort that gave Volkswagen a stylish image boost at the time. The smooth fenders, the rounded nose, the balanced proportions, and the subtle chrome accents make it one of the most beautiful Volkswagens ever built. Unlike the Beetle, which was practical and fun, the Karmann Ghia was aimed at customers who wanted style and flair in their drive. By 1970, Volkswagen had updated the Karmann Ghia with slightly larger tail lights and improved bumpers. While the car's core silhouette remained unchanged, small refinements gave it a more contemporary appearance. What remained constant, however, was the car's low-slung stance and its simple, graceful character. Whether you had it in coupe or convertible form, the Karmann Ghia of 1970 carried an undeniable sense of sophistication that made it stand out on the streets. Underneath that elegant body, the Karmann Ghia was built on the same mechanicals as the Beetle. That means a rear-mounted, air-cooled, flat-4 engine, displacing around 1.6 liters in the 1970 model year. With roughly 60 horsepower, it wasn't a performance monster, but it didn't need to be. The charm of this car wasn't about blistering speed, it was about cruising in style, enjoying the drive, and appreciating the harmony of design and engineering. Its top speed was around 85 miles per hour, and while acceleration was modest, the car delivered reliable performance and excellent fuel economy. The rear engine layout gave it a unique driving character, and for many owners, the simplicity of the mechanicals made it easy to maintain. Step inside the 1970 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia and you're greeted with a cabin that is simple, yet charming. The dashboard featured a clean, uncluttered design with a few gauges, switches, and a large steering wheel. Volkswagen was never about extravagance, but the Karmann Ghia's interior offered a sense of warmth and comfort. With its 2+2 seating layout, you could fit 4 people, though the rear seats were best suited for short trips or smaller passengers. The front seats were comfortable enough for long drives, and the low seating position gave you the feel of being in something more exotic than your everyday. Beetle. The 1970 Karmann Ghia was not just about looks, it also came with a stronger sense of build quality compared to many rivals of its time. The body was hand-finished by Karmann in Germany, which meant attention to detail was high. This craftsmanship contributed to the car's lasting appeal, and it's one of the reasons why so many examples still survive today in the hands of collectors and restorers. What makes the 1970 Karmann Ghia so special, even today, is how it bridges two worlds. On one hand, it was a Volkswagen, affordable, practical, and reliable. On the other hand, it carried the spirit of Italian design and German coach-building finesse, making it a budget alternative to much more expensive sports cars. It gave ordinary people a taste of European style without the high cost of ownership, and that democratization of beauty is what Volkswagen excelled at during that era. Collectors today admire the 1970 model for its balance between vintage charm and slightly more modern features. It still has the classic round headlights and curved body that defined the Karmann Ghia, but with updates like larger tail lights and safer bumpers, it feels like a refined version of the original design. Restored examples of the 1970 Karmann Ghia can fetch impressive prices, depending on condition and originality. Driving one today is an experience that goes beyond numbers. You won't care that it takes a while to reach highway speeds, because the car rewards you with something far more valuable: connection. Connection to the road, connection to the history of design, and connection to a simpler era of motoring. With the top down in the convertible version, or cruising along in the coupe, you'll find that the car draws admiration everywhere it goes. People smile, they wave, and they want to know more about this beautiful machine. The Karmann Ghia has also cemented itself as a pop culture icon. It has appeared in movies, TV shows, and countless magazines over the decades. Its timeless silhouette is instantly recognizable, and it stands as proof that you don't need extreme horsepower or outrageous styling to leave a lasting impression. Sometimes, elegance and simplicity are all you need. Even though production of the Karmann Ghia ended in 1974, the car's legacy continues. Enthusiast clubs around the world celebrate it, restorers bring them back to life, and car shows always feature shining examples that remind us of its beauty. The 1970 model, in particular, represents the height of the classic Karmann Ghia era, a car that had matured gracefully and captured the best of Volkswagen's design philosophy. So if you're someone who appreciates cars that tell a story, the 1970 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia is a perfect example. It's a car that blended cultures, combined practicality with beauty, and offered a driving experience that remains unique to this day. It might not be the fastest, but it's one of the most charming, and sometimes that's exactly what makes a car unforgettable. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the past with the 1970 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia, make sure to stay tuned for more timeless classics and automotive legends. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our upcoming stories on the cars that shaped history.